Happy Vlogmas Day 10. Today I am not doing the full podcast, but I'm going to do a mini podcast for my vlog just to show you a couple of things that have crossed my path, come in the door, gotten off the needle, stuff like that. I have a puppy who's lying beside me on the comfy red couch, so Scout is having a nice snuggle. It is December 10th. It is chilly outside, windy. I can hear the wind chimes really chiming away, and let's get a quick podcast started and finished. And as I always do, we're going to talk about some tea time. Now, I'm not going to actually drink my tea. I'm going to save it for a little bit later, but today I am going to drink my, oops, wrong way, my Day 10 David's tea. And the David's tea for today is, and I'm looking down at the thing here, is the walnut orange scone. Some people would say scone, I say scone. So walnut orange scone, and so I'll make that afterwards. And today, because it is the second Advent, the second Sunday Advent, second Advent Sunday, I think that's the way to say it, I have a nice new cup that I've bought myself. So I wanted to unbox it with you. So this is from David's, and this is one of the Alpine cups, and I love them. So they have the lovely little lid, and of course that is breakable, so we got to be careful with that. And then we take off the corrugated packaging part, and inside is the metal strainer that goes into the cup. And of course it is all in plastic. And you know what? I'm not even going to bother with that right now because I want to make this more of a blog, like a vlog than a podcast. And then my cup. And it's kind of neat because there are little silver dots, but then the other dots are see-through. So when you pour your tea in, you can see your tea, and then if there's spots at the top, they're sort of see-through. So if you put a little tea light candle, that would be nice too, because it would just give a nice little sparkle glow. But I think I'll use this for tea. So today, after I finish filming this, my plan is to make some tea and drink out of my new David's mug that I bought myself. So there's tea time done, and let's move on to my favorite things. And the other night, Friday night, I got the second pair of marzipan leg warmers off, and I'm laughing because I put them on my sock blockers and they're a little bit misshapen, so they didn't block out very nicely just because I wasn't very thoughtful blocking them. I wanted them done for yesterday, dried for yesterday, and both of them have it. So it's like when you put your stuff on coat hangers, doesn't work so well. Anyway, these are leg warmers for Nathaniel. He tried them on unblocked on Friday. They fit him well, and he'll have these for those cold days. These were originally supposed to go to Isaac, but as you can see, they're a little bit small. They would be fantastic for arm warmers if you wanted to have some arm warmers. And this is the child size, but done in a 4mm needle. So I did 3.5 on the one side ribbing, and on the first one, of course, I forgot to switch needles, so the second one I followed suit. So 3.5 on the beginning ribbing, 4mm all the way here. Actually, that's the beginning ribbing. And when you block these, don't put them on a sock blocker and leave them sort of hanging on the edge. They will get that weird little wonkiness. So finished object is always fantastic to have to share. The next thing I have to share on my favorite things is also going to go into the spirit of autumn knit-along, and that is my oracle shawl, which has not seen the light of day since the day I cast it on, which was the first day of the knit-along, October 1st. So I am still at the very, very beginning. So I've done the first section. I'm now about to start the brioche section, and that is what I'm planning on doing this afternoon once I get today's vlog uploaded. And I'm going to sit down and I'm going to work with my beautiful Neptunia and fairy hair and black pearl. all on Kristen's narwhal base Woolen Vine yarns. So that is what I'm hoping to work on. Now, this morning I looked at the Comfy Red Couch group on Ravelry and saw in the Spirit of Autumn Knit Along thread that Karina had suggested we extend the deadline for the Spirit of Autumn Knit Along. It had originally been for the 20th of December, which is the last full day of autumn. And I had a little conversation on Instagram with Danny today. And after a bit of a chat, it has been decided that the Spirit of Autumn Knit Along will go until the last day of the year. So if you can get your object off of the needles by the 31st and into the finished object thread, blocked, prettied up by the 2nd of January, I will do a draw on the 3rd of January, I think. So technically, the cowl will now end on December 31st, but you do have that couple of days. I mean, New Year's Eve, that's a busy time. People might have gotten into some libations, and you may forget to block, who knows. Anyway, so please get your finished objects into that thread by January 2nd, and then we will do the draw for the Spirit of Autumn Knit Along. And in the meantime, that gives me a little bit more time to actually get my Spirit of Autumn Knit Along done, and because I will have a couple of weeks holiday in around Christmas, I might actually be able to do it. So that makes me feel a little bit calm as well, which is always a good thing. So there is my favorite things segment done, and I've got to clean up my knitting table because it's just a pile right now and my box hit me on my knee. Okay, it is now time for brown paper packages, and I got some lovely things in the mail this week, and I'm even going to have a spoiler alert too. But let's start off with this beautiful, gorgeous, wonderful bag that Vicki of Birdleg Bags custom made for me. This is her new Super Draw bag, and it is a drawstring bag, but it is also, if you tuck in, it's a big bag, so it'll be great for these sweaters I keep saying I'm going to be making. New Year's, New Year's. I did make one sweater this year. I made the one for Nathaniel, so I wasn't completely off. So if you tuck in the drawstring part, you then have a lovely little tote with handles, and there are pockets in the front. These are sort of sewn pockets, and then there's a big pattern pocket in the back. And the other thing you can do with this bag is take this lining out and fold it over the edges, so it is no longer a tote carry, because of course you've got the handles covered, but it is such a versatile bag. So this gorgeous holly, all these speckles are gold. When I pulled this out of the package, I could not believe how gorgeous this bag was, and all the swirls here are gold as well. And then this is a red canvas, so very, very heavyweight. I adore Vicki's bags. Inside there are a couple of pockets as well. So since I'm not doing captions today, Bird Leg Bags and Vicki's shop is on Etsy, and she probably won't be making any more of this style in this, and you wouldn't probably get it by Christmas anyway, but maybe next year. So if you love this bag as much as I do, look at these handles. You might want to contact her and see what she can do for you. She's just amazing, and I really do have a very big addiction to bird leg bags. So happy to get this in the mail, and I ordered this quite a few weeks back, but perfect in time for Christmas. And you know what? I'm happy to bring this into the new year, and I think I'm hoping to do, and I talked about this really early on in the podcast, Brioche Ponchology, I think that's how you say it, by Suzanne Summer, who is Sosu on Ravelry. I've had the yarn for a year and a half now, and I've been wanting to get that cast on. So I'm thinking brioche ponchology should go in here and have another poncho in the mix. Now I did get another very, very special bag this week that I'm going to share. And this one is from Hedgerow Yarns, and Jane of Hedgerow, as soon as she told me her sister made this, it was in my bag. Because it was funny, it was under some minis, because this came with a bag and some minis. And I didn't realize it was a bag right at first, and it was a blue one as well. And it's one that you can put on your wrist, and you put your lovely skein of yarn inside, or your ball of yarn, and then you can knit away. So a very, very versatile bag for when you're on the go. It's really, really well made. Can I say really, really any more times? And just lovely lining, and I had to share that today. So definitely and it smells amazing. It's lavender smell, wonderful. So this is a lovely little bag, unlike any other bags I do have in my newest obsession of bag collecting. So Hedgerow Yarns, Jane has an update tonight. I might get in trouble. And in that package, Jane sent just the cutest thing for Nathaniel, and it is a little lavender sachet, and it was wrapped up, and it said for Nathaniel, and he was thrilled to open this. So I get to share this, and then he gets to take it back because it's his. And I also, in that package, got a wonderful skein of Jolly Holly, which is on a sparkle base. And I've had my eye on this and kept missing the update. So Jane thankfully did this one up for me special, and it is so soft. And this is going to be my Christmas Eve cast on. So I'm going to use this one. I'm not sure which pattern. I'm thinking I'm going to use one of Olivia's patterns from This Handmade Life. And I think that's what I'm going to cast on, one of her patterns. And I haven't figured out which one. She's just put 2 new free patterns up on Ravelry. They are just beautiful. So now I have her the other sets that she had gifted me for my birthday, because we share the same birthday. And I have those 2 new ones to choose from. So I'm going to do one of those socks, I think, and on this beautiful Jolly Holly sparkle base, which is so, so soft. Okay, and no podcast is complete without a spoiler alert, and I will put a caption on that, spoiler alert. And I got a wonderful package from Tracy of Nora George this week, and there were some fun candies for the boys, and then there was this lovely, and I'm going to take it out of the package. This is the Hogwarts Christmas box, and inside is a beautiful little Christmas tree charm with gold on it from the Corner of Craft, and they worked together to make this beautiful stitch marker progress keeper. So that's one of the things that was in there. And then there was this gorgeous skein of yarn, 12 trees. And this is on Tracy's Super Sock, which is my favorite. Hello, Scout! You've come to join us. You heard Tracy's name, didn't you? And then this one is the Enchanted Ceiling, and it is enchanting, to say the least. So, I have so many beautiful yarns. I need to start knitting. So, podcast for today is going to be a Vlogmas. I'm not going to do bits and bobs, because bits and bobs basically is what I've been doing for all of Vlogmas, and I hope you've been enjoying those if you've had a chance to catch up with any of them. And as I always do, I wish you a wonderful week. Take lots of deep breaths. It is the season where people start to push and shove, And sometimes we just need to ground ourselves. And I wish you a wonderful week. I will see you tomorrow when I do tomorrow's Vlogmas. I have no idea what I'm going to do. I'll figure it out as I go. Anyway, have a wonderful week, and I will see you for a full podcast next Sunday. Bye. No podcast, even if it is a vlogcast, is complete without two things. First off, my epilogue, and second, me saying cheers. So, cheers. Hot, 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 hot.